Now what I want to do with this is I'm making a sweet and sour balsamic glaze, but I also want to have, this is going to be used with fish, so I want to have a little bit of a thigh infusion in there as well. So basically what I'm going to be adding is some toasted sesame oil here with some fresh lemon juice. Now what I have here in the pot is about a quarter pint of water. I'm going to add around about a third of a cup of sugar here, and I'm just going to let this basically boil away here until the sugar begins to caramelize. And when I have that sort of going, I will bring it back, show you what the caramel looks like, and what we're going to do to actually just get this sauce nice. So we're just basically just going to leave this boil away here and keep an eye on it until it begins to go syrupy and begins to change to that nice caramel colour. At that point we're going to add in some of the balsamic, we're going to add in some fresh lemon juice, and we're going to add in some of the toasted sesame. Now you can see that this caramel has just begun to catch here, so what we're looking for here is the actual brownness in the sugar. So what I'm going to do now with this is add in some of the toasted oil, the sesame oil, some lemon juice and some balsamic vinegar. So I'm just going to turn the heat off here for a second and just leave it on the side here while I get the other remaining ingredients. Now what we want is this to be fairly dark. So anyway, so as you can see here now, the balsamic is going in there now, and that's breaking down into that actual caramel there. Now what I want to do now is I want to add in the lemon juice, and I'll just get the fork. Okay, so as you can see there, that's coming along nicely. Now what I'm doing here is I'm just squeezing in some fresh lemon juice. Use a fork to actually run it through the flesh, the pulp of the actual lemon. As you can see there, basically what's happening is that the juice is coming out, no problems whatsoever. Now don't worry about the pith that actually fall into the actual sauce, because we'll just be removing that when we strain off this sauce. So that's in there now, as you can see. Okay, now what I want to add in now is I want to add in the actual toasted oil. So I'm putting this back onto the heat here, and you can see that's coming back up to the boil now. I just want to add in, I don't want to add in too much oil, because I want the bare hint of the toasted oil in here, not to override everything. So you can see what I'm adding in here. There's 2 capfuls, alright? So that's that. So now basically what I want to do is I just want to bring this back up to the boil and get it to a syrupy stage again, and then we'll pass the sauce and keep it ready for use. Now the last thing that I want to do with this caramel, or this balsamic reduction, is I want to make it a little bit sweeter. So what I have here is I have some sugar that I'm just going to add the sauce into, and I'm just going to add a tiny little drop of water to that. And now I'm just adding that back down. So that's back in there now. So that sauce smells absolutely fantastic. So as you can see, there was nothing too difficult about that whatsoever. Now I'm just waiting for this to come back up to be slightly syrupy again before we pass it and put it into a bowl and get it ready. Okay, I'll bring it back when that. We're at the stage now where the syrup is just about the consistency that I wanted. As you can see here, it's nice and syrupy here, just a touch longer, and then we're going to just turn off the heat and let the residual heat just finish it out to the stage that we want, and we're going to pass it. So passing it into through a strainer to catch the pith from the lemon that we actually put in, fresh lemon juice we put in earlier. So I'm just going to bring you over here and just straight forward like so. Okay, that's it, it's ready. You can see there by the drips coming from the pot that it is nice and syrupy. So that's ready. Remove that. Now, how you know you're looking for a nice syrup is, first of all, as you can see here, it's relatively thick. Now the next thing is we want to make sure that it coats the back of a spoon, because that's exactly the consistency we're looking for. But before we do that, you can see here how syrupy that is. Wonderful. Now also as well, in relation to coating the back of the spoon, you can see here, perfect. We've got a wonderful syrup. You can see nice and thick. Tastes wonderful. That's it. That's our fresh balsamic thigh lemon juice reduction.